Good evening and a warm welcome to all our esteemed viewers joining us today. Punjabi Chamber of Commerce is delighted to have you with us today. PCC is a dynamic platform fostering collaboration and growth in the business community. We are excited to inform you all that we'll be soon starting a new group dedicated to import and export business. Additionally, we'll be establishing a dedicated WhatsApp group for discussions covering import and export business. Please comment import export if you're keen to join the same. Moving ahead, today we have the honor of hosting Mr. Jitendra Rahi, co-chair PCC Jaipur Chapter and founder Mint Events, whose remarkable journey embodies the spirit of entrepreneurship. Joining him is Mr. Nipun Syal, member PCC Chandigarh chapter. He is AI
Fine.
automation marketing specialist and also he's founder of three companies named Bothsphere, Structsphere, and Edusphere, who will guide us through this insightful conversation. Together, let's celebrate the success stories within our community and explore the avenues for mutual growth. Stay tuned for an enriching session ahead. Over to you, Nipun sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for introducing us. Hello, Jitendra sir. How are you?
Hi, Nipun. I'm very good. How are you? ਤੇ
So,
ਆਪਾਂ
all
ਪੰਜਾਬੀ
good.
ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਕਰੀਏ।
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਜੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚੈਂਬਰਸ ਕੌਮਰਸ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਐਂਡ ਸਤਿ ਸ਼੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ ਟੂ ਆਲ ਆਰ ਵਿਊਅਰਸ ਆਲਸੋ ਤੇ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਸੈਸ਼ਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਡਾ ਇਹੀ ਟਾਰਗੇਟ ਹੈ ਵੀ ਕੁਛ ਨਾ ਕੁਛ ਵੈਲਿਊ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਓ ਜਾਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਨਿਊ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟ ਜਾਂ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਸਕੇਲ ਤੇ ਲਾਂਚ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੇ ਸਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੈ ਫਰਸਟ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਤੋਂ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਿੱਧਾ ਨੇਮ ਹੀ ਰੱਖਿਆ GTM ਗੋ ਟੂ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਸਟ੍ਰੈਟਜੀ ਕੀ ਮਤਲਬ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਕਿਸੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਬਿਜ਼ਨਸ ਸਟਾਰਟ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਸਟਾਰਟਅਪ GTM ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਕੀ ਹੈ
See, I know I will not be able to speak that much of Punjabi when we come to professional discussion.
yeah
ਤੇ ਇਹਦੇ 'ਚ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਿ when you start a business, okay, you have a business idea. And once you have an idea, you look at, okay, what is it that you're going to do with that idea and with whom are you going to do that? Okay, so you need to identify who your customers are, okay, who your target audience is. So because either it will be a product or a service that you will think of. And most important there is that once you have identified who your target audience is, how are you going to reach them? Okay, so what go-to market is actually the way you are deciding to approach your target audience for the customers that you want to get onto your platform or your product. So go-to-market is primarily deciding how to reach your customer and how to generate business. The idea ਤੇ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਹੁਣ idea ਨੂੰ ਕਰਨਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ okay so in simple words we call it sales or we call it marketing but sales and marketing initiatives are based on what is going to be your go-to-market strategy. So go-to-market is market पे जाना
right
and how do you do that?
ਗ੍ਰੇਟ ਸਰ ਤੇ ਸਰ ਇਸੇ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਮੇਰਾ ਕੁਐਸਚਨ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਫਾਊਂਡਰ ਜਾਂ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਬੇਸਡ ਇੰਡਸਟਰੀ ਜਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਟੂਲਸ ਬੇਸਡ ਇੰਡਸਟਰੀ ਹੈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕੁਝ ਆਪਣਾ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟ ਲਾਂਚ ਕਰ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਫਰਸਟ ਵਟ ਯੂ ਵਿਲ ਐਡਵਾਈਜ਼ them ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਯੂ ਹੈਵ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਹੈਵ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਆਫ 30-35 ਇਅਰਸ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟ ਨੂੰ ਪਰਫੈਕਟ ਕਰਦੇ ਰਹਿਣ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ 'ਚ ਜਾਏ ਜਾਂ ਰੋਲ ਆਊਟ ਕਰ ਲੈ ਕੁਝ ਸਟੈਪਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਤੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਮਤਲਬ GTM ਇਹਦੀ ਕੀ ਸਟ੍ਰੈਟਜੀ ਰਹਿਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਅਕੋਰਡਿੰਗ
देखो होता इस तरह है कि you know once you have decided what your product or service is, yes, you need to go with a near perfect product, but there is nothing called a perfect product. Okay? Can you be 100% right? The answer is no. Even Apple is not able to launch a product which is 100% correct. They keep releasing updates after updates of the software to ensure that all the glitches are taken care of. Okay, and it's important that yes, you need to get your product as close to perfection as possible and launching it in the market. There are two ways of doing it. One, you may decide that okay, मैं test market करना है. Say I decide a small geography and I say okay, fine, geography or a target audience, and I say that okay, I will try it out with them. Okay. And the other way of doing it is that okay, I'm not going to try it out. I've tested it in all the environments. let me go and make a big bang noise about it and launch it. Okay. Which is right, which is wrong? Well, both are right. Both are right in their
Okay.
own way. So, it is about taking a decision. Now, it is important that whether you want to, where your product or service is a push product or service, where you need to go and sell to somebody, or it is a product which you just tell people about and they'll come and buy. Okay. So if I was to give an example of it, you may launch an app which is useful for people, but how do you tell people what that app is all about? Okay. So
Right.
in that you will have to look at probably deciding that, am I going to people and telling them, okay, download this app onto your phone and use it, or am I going to bombard the internet and tell them that this is the app which is available? So it is a decision that you take between marketing your product or selling your product. Okay, there is a difference.
Right.
When you say marketing, you are doing a large scale announcement of your product or services, and you are expecting people to come to you. In selling, you need to go to the people and convince them to buy your product or service. So वो एक फर्क जो है वो बड़ा important होता है when you decide what is it that you're going to be launching.
Right, sir. It's so
Okay.
valuable insight, but yeah. But can you tell me like 3 key parameters which needs to be taken care by everyone, the most important before launching anything to the market?
So there are not 3, but there are 5 parameters that you need to keep in mind. Okay.
Okay.
First and foremost is that you need to decide what is going to be the price of your product or service.
Okay.
Okay. Now that will depend on how much selling do you need to do or how much marketing do you need to do for that particular product. Okay. That will take care of the pricing, because you're not going to get money from somewhere else to do the marketing or the selling, because you need to recover that amount from your sales or your business generation that you're doing. Okay.
Right.
Yes, you may get funding initially, you may get money from people who have invested in you, but at the same time, you need to give it back to them on one day. Okay. So it is important that you decide on the pricing strategy of yours. The second thing that you need to be very clear about is that what is the market size or the market potential of the product or service that you have thought of. Okay. So that is where the target audience comes in. That what is my market size? Let's say we say that, I'm launching a cap. Okay. Now, the market potential of a cap is 140 billion people. Okay. The entire population of India can wear a cap. Let's say we launch a cap called India. Okay. Or Bharat.
Okay.
So what is the potential? The potential is the entire population of the country. But I need to decide what is my market size. Everybody buy? No, everybody will not buy. So I'll say, okay, this is the market. However, my target is 20% of it, 10% of it, 0.1% of it is something that we need to decide on when you're deciding on your business size before the launch. Okay. So you may have a large pool of customers who will buy your product in masses, or you may have a small group of people who will need more personalized attention to buy your product or use your product. Okay. Similarly, the third one is how easy is the product or service that you are taking to the market. Is it something which is easily understood? In which case, marketing will play an important role. Or does it need explanation? Does my product or service need explanation? In which case, I will have to use the selling perspective. So I covered price, I covered market sizing, I covered product complexity, whether it is simple or it is difficult to understand. Then comes the fact that, is my product meant for businesses or my services meant for businesses, or is it meant for the end user? Okay, very clear demarcation. There are certain businesses which are meant for selling to other businesses, and there are certain products or services which are meant to be sold to the end user. Okay, so
Just
that
like
again
B2B,
will make
B2C.
you decide. B2B, B2C is what I'm saying, but I'm not using those terminologies. I'm making it easier, saying it is selling to a business or selling to an end user. Okay, so that will make you decide which area are you playing in. Okay, because if it is B2B, probably selling will be a more critical perspective. But if it is B2C, let's say you launch a food product, then it is all about marketing that you need to bring in, the campaigns that you need to run and things like that. You may not need so much of selling there. Okay. But if you are launching a machine which is going to be used, let's say a kitchen equipment, which is used in restaurants and hotels, that will involve selling. You will have to go to people, explain to them, tell them what is the pluses in your product, what are the features which are not there with others, why is it beneficial for a customer to buy your product, and sell. So it is when it is B2C, it is large scale, mass, low price, high volume. And when it is B2B, probably it is smaller in size, but it is high in value. The volumes may be less, but the value is high. And then, of course, the last and the most important thing is that how important are relationships in your product or service. Is it something that sells basis a relationship that you create, a long-term relationship that you create with the customer? Or is it something which is a one-off? मैं बेच देता, मैं गया, मैं मिल गया, मैं उन्हें कन्विंस किया, मैं उन्हें बेच देता, उसके बाद thank you very much, I don't know you, you don't know me. Okay, so there's both kind of products which are there, and there is nothing wrong in having those kind of products. Okay, so it is all dependent on the price, the market sizing, the product complexity, the placement, whether it is a B2B or a B2C, and the most important to my mind is it relationship based or is it a one-off transaction which is there? Okay, there are enough and thousands of examples of everything that we can think of.
Yeah, these are like very valuable insights. My next question is, sir, like we have lots of good like business tycoons in Punjabi Chambers of Commerce. Now youth of like every like from the world is joining Punjabi Chambers of Commerce. And the one who are business tycoons are investing in the business. And the other
Right.
are the startups who want to be a startup. So what do you suggest? That my question is from both the sides, like whom they will invest and the product should be. We'll talk about the product. So that product should be like having a large audience size, but that is not a unique product. Just we take an example of a cap. ਤੁਸੀਂ cap ਬਾਰੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ. Cap creation is not a unique. सब बना सकते हैं. उस मार्केट 'ਚ इन्वेस्ट करना चाहिए वेंचर कैपिटल या कोई बहुत यूनिक प्रोडक्ट हो डिफरेंट मतलब ਉਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਕੁਝ ਕਹਿ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਕੋਈ ਪੇਪਰ ਦਾ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਐਵੇਂ ਲੈਂਦਾ ਹੱਲੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਕੋਲ ਪੇਪਰਸ ਕੋਈ ਇਕੋ ਫ੍ਰੈਂਡਲੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਕੋਈ ਬੈਂਬੂ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟਸ ਜਾਂ ਉਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟ ਤੇ ਰਿਸਰਚ ਕਰੇ ਕਿਸ ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਇਨਵੈਸਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਜਾਂ ਕੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ
So frankly speaking, there's nothing wrong in going with something which is already existing also. ठीक है तो मतलब इस तरह नहीं है कि मतलब अगर कोई कल नो लेट्स से कोई रेस्टोरेंट लॉन्च कर रहा है रेस्टोरेंट व्हाट इज न्यू इन अ रेस्टोरेंट ओके तो मैं डिसाइड करता हूं कि रेस्टोरेंट है मैं रेस्टोरेंट की चेन खुल रही है मैं उधर इन्वेस्ट करूंगा okay so that is one way of looking at it but what is that restaurant offering to the people is important is there a differentiated food or cuisine which is being offered which is in demand because cuisine goes out of fashion as quickly as the weather changes you know so it's that kind of a thing but at the same time I see a trend that lots and lots of investors are looking at only investing where there is technology involved and there is a newness to the whole thing okay? As you mentioned okay, you know if there is a product which is eco-friendly which is which is kind of reducing the carbon footprint then there are more people who are interested in investing in it because they see a future in terms of the potential of that product and it's a fact you know today when the natural resources are depleting and you know there is a problem with the environment getting more and more of these kind of products will definitely attract more eyeballs from investors I would put it this way there's nothing wrong with it both are the right way of doing businesses but yeah it is about how long term do you think now important point there is that you spoke about the youth ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਬਹੁਤ ਸਾਰੇ ਬੱਚੇ ਹੁਣ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚੈਂਬਰ ਆਫ ਕਾਮਰਸ ਵੀ ਜੁਆਇਨ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਟਾਈਕੂਨ ਵੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਨਾਓ important is what is their thought process are they the ones who are looking at creating a brand getting a valuation and cashing out which majority of them are thinking about nowadays right. Or is it is it somebody who's saying, no, I am here to stay and I'm going to create a brand and I'm going to take it to the next level as far as the brand is concerned. I am not looking at cashing out in 2 years, 4 years, 5 years, 10 years. Okay. Now, basis that the investors will also look at it. There are, at the end of it, investor ਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਉਤਨਾ ਰਿਟਰਨ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਔਰ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਰ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਇਹ ਕਿ ਬਈ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਜਲਦੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਰਿਟਰਨ ਮਿਲੇ ਉਨਾ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਚੰਗਾ ਹੈ. Again, there are two types of investors. एक कहेगा कि भाई when are you going to close it for me? So मैं 5 साल ਦਾ ਵਿੰਡੋ ਦੇਖ ਰਿਹਾ, ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ $1 million ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ, 5 ਸਾਲ ਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਮੈਨੂੰ $5 million ਚਾਹੀਦਾ. ਇੱਕ ਉਹ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ. ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜਾ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਲੌਂਗ ਟਰਮ ਸੋਚਦਾ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਮੈਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ 1 million ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ, ਹੁਣ ਤੂੰ ਆਰਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਾ you know, I am very happy getting $100,000 a year from you, and I am looking at long term. Maybe you know, I will invest more with you. So it all depends on the ecosystem which gets created around. But मेरे हिसाब नाल एक बहुत ही strong community उन नाल जुड़ी है globally. ते there has not been any concrete effort from anybody to actually look at this particular community in terms of helping each other. ठीक है. मतलब I must not say this, but the fact of the matter is ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪਣੇ ਹੀ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਆ ਸਾਰੇ, ਆਪਣੀ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਨਾਲ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਆ, ਆਪਣੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਚੱਲਦੇ, ਦੂਜੇ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖਦੇ. ਬਟ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਸਾਥ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਚਲੋ, ਤੇ the development and the progress which will take place is going to be of a different level altogether.
ਰਾਈਟ, ਐਂਡ ਆਈ ਹੈਵ ਵਨ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਇਨਟੂ ਦਿਸ ਆਲਸੋ ਕਿ ਕਈ ਵਾਰ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਬੰਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਫੰਡਿੰਗ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਇਟਸ ਲਾਈਕ ਅ ਮੈਂਟਰ. ਹੁਣ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਮੈਂਟਰ ਹੀ ਖਰਾਬ ਹੋਊਗਾ, ਦੈਟ ਦੇ ਜਸਟ ਟੇਕਿੰਗ ਕੇਅਰ ਆਫ ਪ੍ਰੋਫਿਟ ਓਨਲੀ, ਤਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਬੰਦੇ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਉਹ ਸਿਰਫ ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ ਵੈਲਿਊਏਸ਼ਨ ਦੇਖ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਓਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਇੰਨਾ ਬਰਨ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ ਕੈਸ਼, ਮੈਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਕਰੂੰਗਾ. ਬਟ ਜੇ ਉਹ ਟੌਕਸਿਕ এনवायरमेंट ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, ਦੈਨ ਨੋ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਕੈਨ ਸਕੇਲ. ਬਟ ਜੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਕੀ ਬੈਨੀਫਿਟ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਲਾਈਕ ਜਸਟ ਲਾਈਕ ਵੀ ਟਾਕ ਅਬਾਊਟ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚੈਂਬਰ ਆਫ ਕਾਮਰਸ, ਲਾਈਕ ਵੈਨ ਵੀ ਕੀਪ ਔਨ ਮੀਟਿੰਗ, ਪਹਿਲੀ ਵਾਰ ਚ ਚਲੋ ਸਾਰੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਥੋੜਾ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਵੀ, ਬਟ ਜੇ ਦੂਜੀ ਤੀਜੀ ਵਾਰ ਮਿਲੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਵੀ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਮੇਰੀ ਵਾਈਬ ਮੈਚ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ. ਪਲੱਸ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਰ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਇਹ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਕੁ ਸੀਰੀਅਸ ਹੈ. ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਮੇਰੇ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਗਿਆ ਜੀ ਨਾਲ ਵਾਲੇ ਕੋਲ ਗਿਆ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਫੰਡਿੰਗ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ, ਨਾਲੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਡਕਟ ਤੇ ਤਾਂ ਦੇਖ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਿਹਾ, ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਦੇਖ ਰਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਬਰਨ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਕਰਾਂ ਕੈਸ਼. ਤੇ ਉਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਨਾਲ ਕਾਫੀ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ.
ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਦੇਖੋ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਬੌਂਡਿੰਗ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਐਜ਼ ਯੂ ਰਾਈਟਲੀ ਸੈਡ, ਦ ਮੋਰ ਯੂ ਇੰਟਰੈਕਟ, ਦ ਮੋਰ ਯੂ ਨੈਟਵਰਕ ਵਿਦ ਈਚ ਅਦਰ, ਦ ਬੈਟਰ ਆਰ ਥੀਸ opportunities for you to, for both the stakeholders, you know, whether it is an investor or whether it is a startup. Both of them tend to gain from it because you get to know people. I had attended about 6 months back, I think, I had attended one program of Punjabi Chamber of Commerce in Delhi, and I was very impressed with the kind of people who had come in there. You know, the youngsters who were working in very different and specialized fields. There were chartered accountants, there were lawyers, but the good part of it is that if you think of a chartered accountant, you think of a lawyer, you think of an office where a guy is sitting working on it. No, these were the set of guys who were working on apps, they were working on technology, they were working with cybercrime, and you know, very differentiated kind of businesses that they were into. And I mean, it is something which will excited me at the age of 60. I'm sure it would have excited everybody else also who were much younger to me there. And there is a huge opportunity to take it to the next level there. But yes, important is, it happened once 6 months ago, and after that it has not happened. So you know, बड़ा important है कि तुझे networking करो और काफी frequently करो. Not that you need to meet in person. You can do it through these kind of sessions online, and we can create that environment where, you know, it becomes very positive, and it's positive not only for the startups, it is encouraging for them. At the same time, it is very positive for the investor also looking at it. Okay, fine, you know, and I'm sure there is no dearth of angel investors at least in Punjabi Chamber of Commerce. There are enough and more who are there.
Rightly said, but sir, like for offline events, you already know that it takes lots of efforts to do that. Online, we keep on doing that, and we keep on taking inputs also. So my next question, देखो जिਵੇਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੀ ਵੀ ਹਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਦਾ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਦਾ, ਹੁਣ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਦੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰੀ ਨਾ, ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਇਧਰੋਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਕਾਲਜ ਤੋਂ ਪਾਸ ਆਊਟ ਹੋਇਆ, ਜੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੋਈ 10 ਸਾਲ ਬਾਅਦ ਕੋਈ ਜੂਨੀਅਰ ਵੀ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਊਗਾ ਉਸ ਕਾਲਜ ਦਾ, ਤਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਬੌਂਡ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਨਹੀਂ ਯਾਰ ਉਹ ਮੇਰੇ ਕਾਲਜ ਦਾ। ਐਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਸੇਮ ਆਈ ਥਿੰਕ ਇਟ ਗੋਜ਼ ਵਿਦ ਦਾ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਆਲਸੋ। ਜਦ ਬੰਦਾ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਬਾਹਰ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਹੈ, like just like you share your experience ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਗਏ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਯਾਰ ਮੈਂ ਜੈਪੁਰ ਤੋਂ ਹਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਕਿਸੇ ਹੋਰ ਜਗ੍ਹਾ ਤੋਂ ਆਇਆ ਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਬੌਂਡ ਕੀ ਸੀਗਾ ਉਹ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇੱਕ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਉਹ ਬੌਂਡ ਦੇ ਦਿੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਸੈਕੰਡ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਫਾਈਲ ਤੇ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਜੀ ਫਰੈਂਚਾਈਜ਼ੀ ਯੂ ਹੈਲਪ ਪੀਪਲ ਟੂ ਗੈਟ ਫਰੈਂਚਾਈਜ਼ੀਜ਼ ਆਲਸੋ ਔਰ ਸਕੇਲੇबिलिटी में
हाँ जी
क्योंकि एक पॉइंट पे आके आई थिंक मेरे काफी बिजनेस ओनर्स दैट दे जस्ट स्टक एट दिस पॉइंट कि हाँ वो बहुत अच्छा तो ग्रो करके नाउ दे वांट टू स्केल इट टू द नेक्स्ट लेवल वेयर दे हैव
yes
all business owners who are working with them like a partners and what we can do it is with the franchisees also तो थोड़े franchisees ਦੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਮੈਂ ਕੁਝ question ਲੈ at the time like if I am earning good तो मेरे को कोई part time income करनी है should I start my one more venture or should I go for franchising so what's your call
see देखो again I would say this way that there is nothing wrong in both okay but I
right
personally believe and the reason why I got into this space and I got into this space only about a year back when I
right
realized that the market was growing that way ਐਂਡ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਡੇਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂਟਰਿੰਗ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ ਕੋਚਿੰਗ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ ਆਈ ਐਮ ਐਨ ਐਡਵਾਈਜ਼ਰ ਟੂ ਲੋਟ ਆਫ ਕੰਪਨੀਜ਼ ਸਟਾਰਟਅਪਸ ਵੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਸਟੈਬਲਿਸ਼ ਕੰਪਨੀਜ਼ ਵੀ ਹੈਗੀਆਂ ਓਕੇ ਹੂ ਵਾਂਟ ਟੂ ਗੋ ਟੂ ਦ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਲੈਵਲ ਐਜ਼ ਯੂ ਰਾਈਟਲੀ ਸੈਡ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇਟਸ ਅ ਮੇਕ ਔਰ ਬਾਈ ਕਾਈਂਡ ਆਫ ਅ ਡਿਸੀਜਨ ਨਾ ਸੋ what you do is that one you may want to launch something on your own and you will say that okay fine I mean if I was to continue with that cap wala
right
example that
yeah
now that we
yeah
ਆਪਾਂ ਟੋਪੀ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਹੀ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ
right
okay
right
ਤੇ ਮਤਲਬ one way of doing it is that you know you may decide you may launch a brand called Syal
yeah
ठीक है and you say okay fine I'm launching it and Nipun let's say easier okay so Nip let's say you decide to launch a brand called Nip caps okay and why Nip caps
mm,
there is a feature in it that you know it keeps your head cool or whatever is there okay it has a cooling element to it
mm, mm,
they now imagine the amount of effort you will have to make in terms of marketing in terms of sales in terms of setting up the entire go-to market for it and all the works in terms of creating awareness of that particular brand okay
yeah
vis-a-vis let's say you go with that idea to an Adidas or a Nike and you say that I've got this product I've designed it and I want to launch it under your branding okay now what happens
mm,
suddenly you have a brand umbrella available with you okay which needs no introduction to the world for them it is just an addition of one SKU a selling unit
right
okay and you get a platform which you could not have probably even thought of if you were trying to do it alone similarly ਕੀ
right
ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਫਰੈਂਚਾਈਜ਼ੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅੱਜ ਸੋਚੋ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਇੱਕ ਸਟੋਰ ਖੋਲਣਾ ਹੈ let's say you decide to open a convenience store for example you say okay fine मैं एक
right
अपना convenience store खोलता है सेक्टर 32 ਵਿੱਚ ਔਰ ਸੈਕਟਰ 32 ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਨਵਾਂ ਸਟੋਰ ਖੋਲ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਸਾਰੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਾਂਗਾ ਕਿ ਭਈ ਇੰਨਾ ਦੇਖੋ ਮੇਰਾ ਸਟੋਰ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਸਟੋਰ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈ 24/7 ਹੈ ਮਿਲਦਾ
mm,
ਹੈ और मार्केटिंग करोगे सब कुछ करोगे प्रमोट करोगे अपने आप विद नो गारंटी दैट यू आर गोइंग टू बी सक्सेसफुल
right
है ना तो ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹੋਗੇ यार मैं ट्राई करता नहीं चलो 6 महीने हो गए नहीं होया उनकी कर सकते हैं ओके तो नाउ दैट इज a reality now vis-a-vis you may decide that ठीक है यार एक ब्रांड है 24/7 वर्ल्ड वाइड है
right
ਤੇ ਉਹ ਫਰੈਂਚਾਈਜ਼ੀ ਆਫਰ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਉਹੀ ਸੈਕਟਰ 32 ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹੀ ਦੁਕਾਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੈਂ 24/7 ਦਾ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਡ ਲਾਣਾ ਹੈ ਰਾਦਰ ਦੈਨ ਨਿਪੁਨ ਦਾ ਬ੍ਰਾਂਡ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਵਾਂ so
right
what am I getting I am getting one I am getting a brand umbrella two I am getting a business proven three reinvent the wheel are defined and they on
so sir your voice is breaking can you
that
check uh, I think your voice is breaking can you repeat the last
मैं
part ਕਿ ਉਹਦੇ
तो
ਵਿੱਚ ਥੋੜਾ ਹਾਂਜੀ
हाँ मैं क्या है, देखो कौन probably मैं कर मैं ब्रांडिंग कर रहे
I
हैं
think I think it's again breaking. Jitendra ma'am, can you check like it's coming okay from your end? Is there any problem from my side?
It's Jitu sir, your voice is cracking.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I can probably.
No, it's not audible, sir, right
You're
now.
not audible, sir.
Still, sir, not audible. I think you need to change. No, sir, still it's not audible.
No.
So can you click on? Yeah, now it's okay. Now it's
Yeah.
coming. Can you
So
please?
I'm not directly now. So I'm not using the earphones. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, yes. I got it. So for this, I have one more example. Like if we are doing it live, right? So if we get a glitch, sometimes we get some glitches in the part when we do a startup without franchisee. Then there is nobody to handhold you. But in case of
Absolutely.
franchise, you just go and call them. Okay, so that's we are problem facing in this SOP, or we are facing problem with this product. Then there is someone else who knows from the past experience if this problem comes. So what we need to do. So that's I'm
Absolutely
giving
right.
an
On the
example.
dot. You're on the dot on that. Absolutely.
So I have seen you write Psyche is digital, like not full physical, not full digital. Like I'm an AI guy. I create lots of AI funnels, and I am into AI web right now. So what exactly Phi digital means?
It's not 5G digital, it's phygital. Okay.
Digital,
So
yeah.
it
Got-
is, see, it's a human tendency that, and it's not going anywhere till human beings exist on this earth. We will
Hmm,
continue to have a physical connectivity because we are all made of bones and flesh. So we will always
right.
have that desire of touch, which is one of our features which the God has graced us with as human beings. तो ਇਹਦੇ ਚ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਬ੍ਰਿਕ ਐਂਡ ਮੋਰਟਰ ਸੀਗਾ, ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਫਿਜ਼ੀਕਲੀ ਸੀਗਾ, ਹੈਨਾ। ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਦੁਕਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਖਰੀਦ ਕੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਸੀ, ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਸੀ। So that was physical way of doing it. And then you saw digitalization happening and the Amazons of the world coming around, and then you started shopping online. Okay, as they say. So your experience had all moved to online. But did it
Right.
100% move to online? The answer is no. Okay. So maybe if there are 120 products that you're buying at your home, you are buying 100 products online, but your 20 products were still being bought from the sabji wala or the doodh wala, who was either coming to your
Hmm,
house or you were going to him and taking it from him. So basically, why I call it phygital is that you cannot wish away the physical part of it. Okay, you can't say that it's 100% digital; it will not happen. So if Amazon decided to go digital, they went digital, and after that, what did they do? They went and opened Amazon stores
right.
where you could go, you could experience, you could touch and feel, and then you could place an order and buy. Okay, a very interesting point that you mentioned. So I did a study in the US, okay, where the adoption of online was the fastest and the earliest. There, people moved from going to stores to buying online. Okay, so what they would do is they would go to a store, they would look at a product. Let's say उन्होंने washing machine चाहिए तो washing machine जाके डेमो डूमो ले लिया, सारा कुछ कर लिया स्टोर ਵਿੱਚ, ठीक है। ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਫਿਰ ਘਰ ਆ ਕੇ ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਆਰਡਰ ਪਲੇਸ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਉਹੀ ਮਾਡਲ ਦਾ, ठीक है। तो वो
Hmm,
मशीन घर आ गई। Now that was
right.
happening, and lots of businesses shut down in that particular era. But then USA saw something which is termed as reverse showrooming. And reverse showrooming is a concept which has happened not only in the US, it's now happened in a big way in India also. Okay. Where now people go online, they gather all the knowledge about a product or service online, and then they go to the showroom and buy it after having seen what they saw online, confirming that, okay, this is exactly what I saw online. Now this is available here. And then they say, okay, fine, I'll buy it.
And there are some beautiful use cases in this. I'll give you an example of Reliance Digital. What has Reliance Digital done? Reliance Digital have stores all over the place. Okay. And then they went and launched Reliance Digital as a portal where from people could buy anything from a mobile phone to a TV to a washing machine to everything. Then they went back to the largest base of mobile phone sellers, the brick and mortar stores. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਹੋ ਸਾਰੇ Samsung, Vivo, Oppo ਸਾਰਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਮਾਰਕੀਟ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ they identified the key retailers ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਟੈਬਲੇਟ ਦੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ। ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਇਹ ਟੈਬਲੇਟ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਓ, ਇਹ ਟੈਬਲੇਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ ਰਿਲਾਇੰਸ ਡਿਜੀਟਲ ਪੋਰਟਲ ਹੈਗਾ ਔਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਇੱਕ ਲੌਗਇਨ ਆਈਡੀ ਕ੍ਰੀਏਟ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈ। Now from being just a mobile phone seller, you can also sell TVs, you can sell washing machines, you can sell refrigerators, you can sell all kind of consumer appliances. So a guy coming to the shop, a customer coming to the shop thinking that he's going to buy a mobile phone is then approached by the shopkeeper saying ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ TV ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਫ੍ਰਿਜ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਹੈਗਾ ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ। ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਹੈ? ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਇਹ ਲਓ ਜੀ, ਉਹ ਟੈਬਲੇਟ ਤੇ ਦਿਖਾਉਂਦਾ ਇਹ ਦੇਖੋ ਜੀ ਇਹ ਹੈਗਾ और यह प्राइस है, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ मैं ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਮੰਗਾ ਦਿੰਦਾ। तो ਬੰਦਾ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਉਹ ਮੋਬਾਈਲ ਫੋਨ ਖਰੀਦ ਰਿਹਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ, ਉਹ ਟਰਸਟ ਕਰਦਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਯਾਰ ਮੇਰੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੋਏਗੀ ਨਾ ਮੈਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਕੋਲੋਂ ਲੈ ਲਾਂਗਾ, ਜਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਉਹ ਇਮੀਡੀਏਟਲੀ ਲੈ ਲੈਂਦਾ। तो what does Reliance Digital do? Through the login of the retailer, they take the order and there is a commission which is paid to the retailer for the online business that he has generated for them. So it is a perfect example of going phygital, as I said. Okay, so I'm saying you can't wish it away. It will always be there. So you say, I will only do, look at Lenskart, very close to home. Look at Lenskart. What did they do? It was an online model, 100% online model. To the extent you could even test your eyes online and decide which frame to buy and which lens is going to be fitting your eyesight. They have gone and opened hundreds of showrooms now. But what have they done? They've seamlessly integrated the showrooms and the online platform. मेरा personal experience है, मैं एक चश्मा order किया तो मैं progressive पाना है because I have a reading problem also. तो मैं progressive order किया, उन्होंने मैंने bifocal भेज दिया। bifocal होता है जिसे जो तुसी देख सकते हो एक ना छोटा जिहा arc बने होता है नीचे, so it doesn't look good. Okay, so I said so when I got that I called up their call center. I said यार मैं ते प्रोग्रेसिव ऑर्डर किया सी, तुसी मैनू बायफोकल भेज दिता। वो लड़की कहती सर होल्ड करो एक मिनट, उन्हें जाके ऑर्डर चेक किया, कहती हाँ तुसी ते प्रोग्रेसिव ऑर्डर किया सी लेकिन बायफोकल आ गया। ते मैं क्या हुण की करना? कहती दो काम कर सकते हैं, या तो मैं बंदा भेज दी हूँ जाके पिकअप कर लेगा थोड़े कोलों और तुहानू रिप्लेसमेंट मिल जाएगा, या फिर एक काम क्यों नहीं करते, तुसी कित्थे रहिंदे हो? मैं क्या मैं एड्रेस है मेरा। कहती अच्छा पिन कोड दसो। मैं पिन कोड दस्या, कहती सर साडा ना स्टोर ना बिल्कुल उत्थे ही है, तुहाडे घर दे नेड़े हैगा, तुसी उत्थे जाओ, ए तुहाडा ऑनलाइन वाला बिल लेके जाओ, तुहानू इमीडिएटली रिप्लेसमेंट मिल जाएगा। तो what happened? I was so elated, मतलब frankly speaking I was so elated, मैं गया ही नहीं, मैं चेंज ही नहीं किया। लेकिन the fact that they gave me an option कि तुसी ऑनलाइन करना ऑनलाइन कर लो, तुसी ऑफलाइन करना ऑफलाइन कर लो, दोनों थोड़े कोल ऑप्शंस अवेलेबल। ऑप्शंस made me so comfortable with the brand, you know, that oh yaar these guys are very friendly. Okay, so that is what phygital is all about, frankly. Right.
And it just give you a loyalty kind of stuff also, then you become loyal to that brand and become brand ambassador also, just like what you are doing, because here Lenskart is not giving you anything.
Absolutely, they're not paying me for it, but I'm talking about it. I'm talking about it. You know, I always give these kind of examples to people. So about 10 years ago, I went to a Starbucks in Bombay airport. Early morning, and I was feeling groggy, and I had to take an early morning flight. So I said, "Yeah, give me a cappuccino." So the bugger on the other side says, "Sir, I can give this free to you." I said, "How?" He think you don't have to do anything. Just give a just एक ना अमिताभ बच्चन का कोई डायलॉग बोल दो, मैं थोड़ा वीडियो ले लाऊंगा और थोड़ी कॉफी फ्री हो जाएगी। It was a gimmick. Yeah. ठीक है, उन्हें वो वीडियो का की कितना मैंने नहीं पता, क्योंकि इंस्टाग्राम भी पता नहीं सीखा कि नहीं सीखा 10 साल पहले। Right. But the fact of the matter is that I'm talking about it today. It is etched in my mind somewhere, and I'm talking about, I still remember it. Okay,
the
a
best
customer
marketing.
delight moments होंगे ने, ठीक है ना?
Right.
You know, these are things which you always carry with you. So these are examples which have happened with me personally, and I like to share these kind of thoughts and ideas, you know, because these are what will give ideas to the youngsters today who are talking about starting with, you know, businesses, doing something new, whether it is technology or otherwise. You know, you need to leave that imprint in the mind. That's very, very important. And here, it should touch your heart. Very important. If it is touching your heart and your mind, you're done. You have arrived.
Mhm. So the best marketing is that it should not look like a marketing. That is the best
Absolutely.
marketing.
So I don't call it marketing or sales. I call it an experience. It is an
Right.
experience that you're giving. So it is all about what experience are you giving through your product or service, which is important.
ਸਰ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚੈਂਬਰ ਆਫ ਸਰਸ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੁਛ ਨਾ ਨਵਾਂ ਕਰਨ ਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਰਹਿੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਕੁਛ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਕਿਤੇ ਪੰਗਾ ਲੈ ਲਈਏ। ਹੁਣ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮੈਂ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਜਰਨੀ ਦੇਖੀ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵਧੀਆ ਕਾਰਪੋਰੇਟ ਚ ਇੰਨੀ ਹਾਈ ਪੋਸਟ ਤੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਇੰਨੇ ਸਾਲ ਕਰ ਲਏ। ਚਲੋ ਬੰਦਾ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਸਾਲ ਦੂਜੇ ਸਾਲ ਅਨਕੰਫਰਟੇਬਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ, ਛੱਡਦੇ ਆ। ਜਦੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਟੌਪ ਤੇ ਪਹੁੰਚ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਪੋਜੀਸ਼ਨ ਤੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਵੀ ਯਾਰ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਮੈਂ ਬੋਲਾਂਗਾ ਸਾਰੀ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਉਦਾਂ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਉਦੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਛੱਡ ਗਿਆ, ਹੁਣ ਆਪਣਾ ਹੀ ਕੁਛ ਕਰਨਾ? ਇੰਨੇ ਈਅਰ ਕੰਫਰਟ ਜ਼ੋਨ ਚੋਂ ਨਿਕਲਣ ਦੀ ਕਿਵੇਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸੂਝੀ ਵੀ ਹਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਤਾਂ ਬੰਦੇ 1-2 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਕੰਫਰਟ ਜ਼ੋਨ ਚ ਆ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਮੇਰੀ ਲਾਈਫ ਹੈ, ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਜੀਣੀ ਹੈ? ਤੇ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵਧੀਆ
आपने
ਚੱਲ ਰਹੀ ਹੋ ਕੰਫਰਟ ਜ਼ੋਨ ਉਹ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਅਰਨ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਵਧੀਆ ਲੈਵਲ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਮੈਂ ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ।
देखो वो बीन देयर डन इट वाला हिसाब हो जाता है ते वो कर लिया सारा कुछ कर लिया दूजा ਲਈ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਨਿਕਾਲ ਦੀ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਕੀਤਾ been successful was part of the team which created brands okay so you've done it been there you have the experience you have the learnings with you ਤੇ ਮੇਰਾ ਇਹ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਯਾਰ ਮੈਂ ਹੁਣ ਇੰਨਾ ਕੁਝ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਹੈ ਹੁਣ ਅੱਗੇ ਕੁਝ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸਕੋਪ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਮਤਲਬ ਕੀ ਕਰੋਗੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ CEO MD ਬਣ ਜਾਓਗੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹੀ ਲੈਵਲ ਤੇ ਘੁੰਮਦੇ ਰਹੋਗੇ ठीक है yes money is important it is one part of life which is important I don't say no to it but at the same time there is also satisfaction that you should get at after bhai maine kar liya hai I don't want to do more of the same I want to do something different that is when I decided that I don't want to retire I will not retire ever okay I want to stay active and मैं क्या चलो ठीक है मैं जितने बंदे हैगे जो अपना बिजनेस स्टार्ट कर रहे थे ये there are people who have been in businesses for 40 years 50 years but still not adopted to the change which has happened in the marketplace so मैं यार मैं अपने आप ਨੂੰ ਡੈਡੀਕੇਟ ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਕਰਾਂ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੈਲਪ ਕਰਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਐਡਵਾਈਸ ਕਰਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਐਕਸਪੀਰੀਅੰਸ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਾਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਲਰਨਿੰਗ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਾਂ and it happens you know youngsters come you know they launch their brand they launch their companies but they have no experience of handling people they have no experience of handling the markets they have no experience of handling channel partners they struggle at that you know and they probably again it's the same thing you know reinventing so they're trying to learn things again okay something new I'm saying because I'm there I'm available I know how these people behave I know how they are to be handled okay I know how markets behave so why don't you take that input from me learn from it your learning cycle will get shortened so that you can be more successful faster and yes in the bargain if I make some money why not
Right. This I was like this reminded me of one of the incident. I was creating a funnel for MNC in Gurgaon. I didn't name that, but वो खानदानी थी. He already they are doing that. So the CEO of a company and he's sitting his with son. So CEO was like it. मैं कुछ different दसे. Then he was not willing. Then he said कि I have an experience of 30 years. But so you're wrong at this place. I told him trust me. We'll do a funnel. We'll do it differently this time. His son was very much convinced. कि नहीं यार करते let's give a try and it was like a huge budget stuff what I was telling him and suddenly like overall they agreed and it scaled. Now in your case like even as per age you get experiences like positive and negative both. How you keep yourself updated with the latest trend because marketing is keep on changing.
so there is a funny thing about it I will talk about maybe the year 2000 about 20 years ago okay I was as naive to computers as anybody could be of my age ठीक है मैंने कुछ नहीं पता थी कंप्यूटर ਦਾ ਸੀ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਸੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੰਪਿਊਟਰ ਅਗਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਡਨਲੀ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਮੇਰੀ ਕੰਪਨੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੇਰੇ ਡੈਸਕ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਕੰਪਿਊਟਰ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਤਾ ਸੀ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਕੋਈ ਕੋਰਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਕੰਪਿਊਟਰ ਦਾ, ਮੈਂ ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ। ਐਂਡ ਆਲ ਪੀਪਲ ਫਰੋਮ ਮਾਈ ਜਨਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਆਰ ਕਮ ਫਰੋਮ दैट काइंड ऑफ स्पेस, बट वी सेल्फ लर्नड इट। चाहे वो एक्सेल हो, चाहे वो पावर पॉइंट हो, ਅਸੀਂ ਖੁਦ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਹੈ, ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। ਅਸੀਂ ਖੁਦ ਹੀ ਸਿੱਖਿਆ, ਟ੍ਰਾਇਲ ਐਂਡ ਐਰਰ ਕਰਕੇ। ਤੇ I realized when I was in telecom that यार मैं तो technology का part है, तो मैं how can I not keep myself updated, and I made it a point to update myself, and then I made it a point to ensure that all my team members also updated themselves। तो मैं ਉਹਦਾ ਬੜਾ ਚੰਗਾ ਐਗਜ਼ਾਮਪਲ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਭਈ ਐਵਰੇਜ ਏਜ ਆਫ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਐਵਰੇਜ ਏਜ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੀ 28 ਇਅਰਸ ਹੈ। ਹੁਣ ਨਿਪੁਨ ਦੀ ਏਜ ਕੀ ਹੈ, ਆਨਲਾਈਨ ਪੁੱਛ ਰਿਹਾ ਮੈਂ, ਪਬਲਿਕ ਡੋਮੇਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੁੱਛ ਰਿਹਾ।
ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਰ, ਮੇਰੀ 36 ਇਅਰਸ ਹੈਗੀ ਏਜ।
36 ਹੈ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। ਹੁਣ ਐਵਰੇਜ ਏਜ ਅਗਰ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੀ 28 ਹੈ ਔਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ 36 ਹੋ, ਮੈਂ 60 ਹੈ, ਬॉस we are already on the wrong side of the average age, right? The newcomers, the 19 years old, the 20 years old are much more tech savvy than all of us। ਹੁਣ ਅਗਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਅਪਡੇਟ ਨਾ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਵੜ ਦੇਣਾ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਹੀ। we will not know where we are, they will not respect us, they will not take any kind of inputs from us। So I made it a point personally to keep myself upgraded to the extent and मैं बड़ा ही personal example ਦਿੰਦਾ, I have a son who's 30 years old। मैं ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਇਹਦਾ biological father ਹੈ ਨਾ, ਮੈਂ ਟੈਕਨੋਲੋਜੀ ਵੀ ਐਜ਼ ਅ ਫਾਦਰ ਹੀ ਰਹਿਣਾ। ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਹਮੇਸ਼ਾ, ਮੈਂ ਯਾਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੜੇ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੋ ਕੇ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹੋ ਯਾਰ ਮੈਂ ਨਵਾਂ ਫੋਨ ਲਿੱਤਾ, ਮੇਰੀ ਬੇਟੀ ਨੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ। ਮੈਂ ਬੇਟੀ ਨੂੰ ਚੱਲਣਾ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ ਸੀ? ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿਖਾਇਆ ਸੀ ਨਾ। ਤੇ ਮੋਬਾਈਲ ਫੋਨ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਿਖਾਓ ਨਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ, ਉਹ ਕਿਉਂ ਸਿਖਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। I took that as a personal challenge, and I can very proudly say that today on an iPhone, things that I do probably my son cannot do।
Okay.
Or he may be as good as me, but he cannot be better than me। I'll not allow him to be better than me। I will still keep challenging myself। So I'm continuously on a learning phase। Okay, so I'm saying as long as you are alive, no matter how old you are, you cannot make that statement कि भाई मैं ते सब कुछ जानता है, मैनू सारा कुछ पता है ना। इतना चेंज हो रहा है, world is changing so fast that it is impossible for you to know anything and everything। You have to upgrade yourself। ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਫੋਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖਰੀਦੋ, ਆਈਫੋਨ ਖਰੀਦੋ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਂਡਰੋਇਡ ਫੋਨ ਖਰੀਦੋ, ਜਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਹੀ ਅਪਡੇਟ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫੋਨ ਨੂੰ ਅਪਡੇਟ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ।
ਰਾਈਟ।
ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਕਦੋਂ ਅਪਡੇਟ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਲਾਸਟ? And that's a question that I would put to everybody, that when did you upgrade yourself? You upgraded your phone, but did you upgrade yourself? So this is a very important part of life, and I think with you are into AI, you know AI, yeah? I'm trying to learn AI right now, okay? I mean, it's going to change the way a mobile phone changed our lives. AI is going to change our lives further, and I do not know where it is going to end, frankly speaking। मतलब मैं the other day I was exploring ChatGPT 4.0। I was like, oh my god, मतलब ਇਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦਾ, ਮੈਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ?
ਸਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਨੈਟਵਰਕਿੰਗ ਇਵੈਂਟਸ ਇੰਜੋਏ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ।
ਹਾਂ, ਪਲੱਸ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਤਾਂ ਇਨਪੁਟ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈ। ਇਨਪੁਟ ਦੋਗੇ ਤਾਂ ਆਊਟਪੁੱਟ ਆਏਗਾ ਨਾ, ਇਨਪੁਟ ਤਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਣਾ ਹੈ।
ਰਾਈਟ।
So that is overall।
Like I was also attending one like event, like I keep on attending the events, and like even Punjabi Chamber of Commerce gave me lots of these event opportunities. So I was attending an event with Sam Altman, who is CEO of ChatGPT, OpenAI. So we asked a question like, whom do you hire now, the experienced one or the one? Then he said a very good thing, like which is remind me of your conversation also. He tell that I will hire the people who are into right now 18, 19, 20 years of age, because they started their journey with AI. Now they are very much advanced that the people who are into 35, 40 can't beat them because they started from this. And now they will take it to the next level when they reach to 40. So that's like hit me hard. Yeah, that's a good.
But how old are you? I tell them I'm 16.
Great. And so my next question was about this. Okay, technology is good. What's the secret of this energy at the age of 60?
Well, I don't know what the secret is, frankly. I mean, there is no secret to it. It is just the inquisitiveness to keep learning every day. When you wake up saying that, okay, it's a today, learn something new, and that is what keeps
Yeah.
you going. There are people who give up and say, okay, fine, हो गया यार, कर लिया, आराम करना है. I think it's something very, very personal. I wish everybody is like me, so that we develop as a human race, and we develop as a community, and we develop as a professional or whatever. Okay, but the fact of the matter is that it's something very, very personal. I keep myself motivated by reading a lot. I don't read books, but I do surf the net very frequently, and that is what keeps me completely in loop with what is happening in the world around. So if I'm talking about Chat GPT 4.0, which means there's something that I've learned about it or something that I've read about it. So that is why I'm talking about it. Okay, so I would want everybody of my age group to start talking about it. That will keep them motivated. They'll know, okay, ऐ नया हो रहा है, अच्छा है भी होता है, अच्छा है भी हो सकता है. So inquisitiveness से होनी चाहिए ना बंदे ਵਿੱਚ. Important.
Yeah, even like I just rolled out one course on ChatGPT 4.0. I was expecting like 18, 20, 21, 22 years. I just put up a story and some performance marketing. But I was astonished to see the result. The people who are in the age of 45, 55, 60 are the more one who wants to get into this and leverage that. They are like business owners and they're working in a company. They want to switch the company as compared to 18, 21. I was expecting 21, 22 will be the more into this. But it's a very different stuff.
नहीं देखो
And
ऐसा है ना, there is always a mid-age crisis which is there. The people who are in their 30s and 40s ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ यही fear रहता है कि यार मैं miss out ना कर जाए, तो FOMO हो जाता है कि भाई मैं miss out ना कर जाए रेस ਵਿੱਚ, ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਅਪਡੇਟ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ. ਐਂਡ ਸਮਵੇਅਰ ਦੀ ਵਰਕ ਕਲਚਰ, ਦੀ ਵਰਕ এনवायरमेंट ਇਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ adaptability of technologies is happening very soon, and it's become easier to adapt. Okay, the tools are available easily to adapt to these technologies. It's not very difficult to understand. It's becoming so interactive. It is becoming so human friendly. ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਸਾਨ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਅਡੈਪਟੇਬਿਲਿਟੀ ਕਰ ਲਓ. ਐਂਡ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਫਿਰ ਤੇ ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਦੇਖਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਟੈਕਨੋਲੋਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਟੂ ਇੰਪਰੂਵ yourself or to improve your businesses. I think that's a very critical thing. But the fact of the matter is, see, the world is changing. Okay, the world is changing. The customers, their buying behavior is changing, and very important is the way to do business is changing. We discussed various businesses, we discuss how it is changing. Okay, so everything is changing, and that is the reason why I say that it is not a digital world or a physical world, it is a phygital world which is evolving. So we need to adapt to that. If we adapt to that, I think there's nothing which is going to stop us from being successful.
Yeah, that's a very learning for me also, because when I do the offline events, like as compared to offline, I'm taking workshops for A and all, then people think that yeah, when we अगर हम ये online कर रहे होंगे ना, तो अपन उन्हें स्वाद ना आ रहे होंगे, उन्हें इतनी अपनी कोई गल ही कुछ और हो रही है. That's why it's very important. So what role networking plays? Because right now you are a member of Punjabi Chamber of Commerce. So network ਦਾ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ business? मैं ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ एक question पूछना था क्योंकि
मैं ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ go to market ਦਾ ਦੱਸ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ, ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਸਭ ਤੋਂ important relationships ਹੈ. Right. When I said that, I meant exactly this. So it is relationships, and how will relationship build? Relationships will build only through networking. As I said, networking could be online, offline, but the fact of the matter is that it has to be a mix of both. It cannot be only one. ठीक है ना? Maybe ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਿਪੁਨ ਦੀ ਦਾੜੀ ਵੀ ਥੋੜਾ ਚਿੱਟਾ ਦਿਖ ਰਿਹਾ, ਮੈਂ ਜਦੋਂ ਪਰਸਨਲੀ ਮਿਲਾਂਗਾ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗੇਗਾ ਅਰੇ ਯਾਰ ਇੰਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈ ਜਿੰਨਾ ਸਕਰੀਨ ਤੇ ਦਿਖ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ.
ਨਹੀਂ ਸਰ, ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਹੋਊਗਾ. ਸਕਰੀਨ ਤੇ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਲਟਰ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਫਰੰਟ ਤੇ ਫਿਲਟਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਦੇ.
ਫਿਲਟਰ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ. ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਤੇ it is important to interact personally also. I think Punjabi Chamber of Commerce is a great platform for us to network with each other, to connect with each other globally. I think the good part of it is that it is not it's not limited to a geography. It is a global organization. And ਮੇਰੇ ਕੋਲ already examples ਹੈਗੇ. ਸਾਡੇ ਜੈਪੁਰ ਚੈਪਟਰ ਦੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਗਏ ਨੇ, ਲੰਡਨ ਗਏ ਨੇ, so they got a very warm response from the members of Punjabi Chamber of Commerce. The people who have gone to US, they've got very good response. People who have come from there met us here. So we are already exploring possibilities of ਕਿਸ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਾਡੇ network ਨੂੰ next level ਤੇ ਲੈ ਜਾ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ. Are there any business potential which is there where we can work together? Can there be work which can be done at the community level? Okay. सो ये सारा कुछ मतलब एक बहुत ही स्ट्रॉन्ग प्लेटफॉर्म बन सकता है. आर वी वेयर वी वांटेड टू बी? द आंसर इज नो. ओके, for whatever reason, but we are not where we wanted to be. But I'm sure slowly and steadily we'll be there. And yes, I think with people like you, Nipun, getting involved with Punjabi Chamber of Commerce, I think बड़ा important है भी है कि ऐसी एक टेक्नोलॉजी वाला एंगल भी लेके आई है. Okay, and see how we can use technology to further the cause of Punjabi Chamber of Commerce. I think that's going to be a very
Thank
important.
you. Thank you, sir. And like even I add some more points into it. Like as a woman right now, like Manisha ma'am and Jitendra ma'am is handling all that stuff. So women has all other responsibilities also. They need to take care of their families. Other as compared to men, there is something like there is a pressure. And see, they are managing that our Chandigarh Punjab chapter very well. Right now we are connected. We are just connected in a single call just due to them only. And there is
Yes,
Punjabi Chamber
I mean,
also.
I didn't know you, you didn't know me.
Yeah.
We got to know each other only a week back.
Right. And like I have some few questions over here from our audience also. Like, so I will take that from a screen, like we get some comments. So first, like if they want to get mentorship from you, so from where they can approach you? So
I
there
am
is a
available
question
on
from
all the social
Akshay.
media platforms, and the best way to approach is through Punjabi Chamber of Commerce. So
Okay.
speak to your chapter coordinator, and they'll get me connected across the globe wherever you may be. You can connect with us. And Jitendra, if you want, you can share my number with everybody. I don't have a problem.
Yes.
Okay. And the next question is from Raj Kumar. That what's the process of joining Punjabi Chamber of Commerce? So I think that Jitendra ma'am can take because she is
So
pretty
I'll
good
reach out
into
to
it.
the person with all the details.
It's a very simple process. Just come and join.
Right. And like this Punjabi chambers are providing global opportunities also.
Of
Like,
course, yes. Of course, here there are examples of how Punjabi Chamber of Commerce has gone and helped people globally. If there is somebody who's wanting a job in Canada, they've been instrumental in it. If somebody is wanting help in Punjab in terms of building a school, the entire community has got together globally and contributed to it. So there are different scenarios where Punjabi Chamber of Commerce has got involved. And as I said, we are evolving. And the whole idea is that how do we help each other? That is the whole idea.
right. And thank you, sir. It's a very learning experience for me also. ਤੇ ਕਾਫੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਮਤਲਬ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਇੱਕ ਕੋਟ ਨਾਲ ਮੈਂ ਐਂਡ ਕਰਾਂਗਾ. Then like so lots of people comes to me and we talk. Like they told that we have 99 problems, but if they get a health problem, then only they have a one problem. So the energy you have right now at the age of 60, तो ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ 17 18 ਸਾਲ ਵਾਲੇ ਵੀ ਬੰਦੇ ਨਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਤਲਬ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਵੀ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਕੀ ਸੋਚਦੇ ਆ ਵੀ ਇੰਨੀ ਏਜ 'ਚ ਆ ਕੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ એનર્ਜੀ ਇਟਸ ਵੈਰੀ ਇੰਸਪਾਇਰਿੰਗ ਫॉर ਮੀ ਆਲਸੋ. ਤੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਅੱਜ ਥੋੜਾ ਹੋਰ ਯੰਗ ਫੀਲ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ. ਮੈਂ ਦਾੜੀ ਦੂੜੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਬਲੈਕ ਬਲੂਕ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਆਂਦਾ ਵਾਪਸ. ਅਗੇਨ ਇਟਸ ਅਨਦਰ ਮੋਡ ਬਟ
तेरी वैसे भी जितेंद्र नाल ज्यादा मिलती है बनदी है.
अच्छा.
So she's young.
Good.
So she's young. So I prefer to spend more time with youngsters because then I get to learn a lot. I get to learn a lot, and I'm able to give them my wisdom also, share my wisdom with them. So it's mutual. It's mutual. But yes, if I was to sign off and say, then I would say that the most important part is the humor part, And ਆਪਾਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਹਿਊਮਰ ਭਰਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਹੈ. ਠੀਕ ਹੈ, ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਦੇ ਹੱਸ ਸਕਦੇ ਨੇ. ਤੇ important is that even in your professional life you need to bring in humor, okay, and you need to enjoy what you're doing. I think if you were to ask me the mantra of why I am so active, the reason is that I ensure that I enjoy what I'm doing. So if I'm talking to you right now, I'm enjoying this conversation also. Okay, the man is karna hi nahi thi. Okay, so it is not about what you enjoy doing. It is about enjoy what you're doing. Okay, so there is a deep meaning to it, which is there. That is what it is, So if you keep enjoying, you're happy doing what you're doing, you bringing in humor, then things really, really move. They really move.
And thank you, Punjabi Chamber of Commerce, Manisha ma'am, Jitendra ma'am, for hosting us and giving us the opportunity to meet each other. They said to Chandigarh, आऊंगे, Punjab आऊंगे, do ring me up, right?
Pakka ji.
हाँ. Done.
We will meet.
Okay,
We
ma'am.
will
Thank you
meet.
so
Jitendra,
much,
you can
Nipun
take
sir.
over.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Jitu sir. It's
Thank you.
our pleasure having you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for giving
Thank
this
you so much.
opportunity. Thank you for talking to everybody. Giving me an
And
opportunity
thank
to
you.
talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
Thank you
viewers
so much,
also
sir.
to still patient for this. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay.